But we want to focus our attention this morning upon the story of the children of Israel. And as Moses began to get closer to the promised land, after traveling throughout this desert place, this wilderness for so many years, he'd come to a place where it was time to go into Canaan. And what I love about this story is that they had come to that turning point. Well, we have to make the decision whether I'm going in or whether I'm going to stay out. Look at somebody say, I got to make up my mind now. I done come too far to stay right here. I ain't through yet. You got your neighbor's name? We ain't through yet. And so Moses take these spies and sent them out, which each spy that he sent out represented each one of Jacob's children, 12 spies. But each spy he sent out was the heads of the tribe. So he just didn't send anybody out. He sent out those that should be able to represent. It's bad when you send leaders out and they come back with the same report that the people come back with. And I don't know if Moses was expecting this to happen, because I guess if I send Alvin and Kit and Weeds and all my preachers out to go look at things, I wouldn't expect for them to come back saying we can't do nothing. But sometimes things happen that way. Yeah. And you got to be ready for all of this. And so I'm going to zero in verse 30, and after the conversation had been going on and they was talking about they had returned from searching the land, and now they gets to the story, tells all about what was going on. Then Caleb, out of all the people, I thought it would have been Joshua, but Caleb, for some reason or another, decided that too much talking for me. And so the Bible says Caleb stilled the people before Moses and says, let us go up at once and possess it, for we are well. Somebody shout with me right there. In other words, we got what it takes. Look at your neighbor and say, we got what it takes. We got what it takes. Now let me talk to y'all that come off the streets and know y'all was thorough. All right. You wasn't scared then. Why you scared now? So we be well able to overcome it. But then in the same conversation, they said we be not well able to overcome it. So last week, we just spoke briefly on the subject, we be better together. And so we see Caleb still the people. The word still in the Hebrew means to quieten them down. Gave you an example last week about being quiet. In other words, sometimes you just got to shut up. Tell somebody, just shut up. I am tired of you talking about nothing. So Caleb stilled the people, first and foremost, and he says, hush, be quiet, be silent, be still. And it actually employs in the causal form of the verb, meaning to cause to be silent. I mean, you got to work on being quiet. It ain't just going to be quiet because you think it's going to be quiet. Most of us make more noise quiet than we do talking. If we would take what you're saying when you're quiet, we might know the real you. Probably most of us, we don't never know the real you when you're talking. All right. The real you a lot of times is silent until somebody cross you. Now, how can you be crossed and act up so bad, but last week you were so nice? Because whatever you are on the outside, you ought to be on the inside. So when people come at you, there shouldn't be two reactions. If you're gentle, you ought to be gentle when they make you mad. Now they done made you mad, and the truth about you just came out. They don't know me. They didn't know you. Say it again. Just tell your neighbor, say, they really don't know me. Because I'm just quiet, but I ain't really quiet. Some of us are mean as bees. But we're nice as flowers and bloom on trees. On the outside, and I understand that. I've been there, done that. So the first thing we see, leadership must stay focused on God and not on the noise of the people. So that's the first thing one of the leaders did, because all of them was leaders. But one of the leaders decided to speak up, and all he said was be quiet. In other words, leaders have to calm things down, not cause problems. Leadership should never cause problems. You shouldn't be a problem causer, you be a problem solver. But when you get caught in the noise, you start speaking for the noise you caught in. But when leaders stay caught to the voice of God, it always have the right answer in situation. So we talked about leaders need to always stay focused. Somebody say focus. On God, not the chatter. Don't get caught in all that chatter what people saying. They messing up your spirit. Just let them talk and remember what God said. Next thing leaders must do is quieten up himself first, herself, and then people. Don't try to quieten people when you noise. You can't do it. Because all you're going to do is throw off. So now we have to have envision. What's possible, what possibilities you see, or what possibilities you can't get past in your life. So we need envision. That means we need to know something bigger than what everybody focuses on. If all you focus on is what you see, that means you don't have nothing in you that see further than what you see. If I look at what I've seen over the years, I would not be up in this church. I would have left a long time ago with a match. I'd have burnt my trails behind me. Else with a limb dragging it to make sure you can't find me. But when you know God have said something to you, why are you tripping? Unless there's some entitlement you think you deserve being in that position. I don't deserve you speaking to me. You don't have to speak to me. But I'm going to speak to you. I don't deserve you clapping, but I'm going to clap for you. Because I am so I'm so grateful to the Lord to be used by God. Now, I wasn't the best person when God chose me, but it was his doing, not mine. So if there's any, frustration in your mind about me, go to God and leave me alone. Like I don't see nothing in you crazy. I just don't have time to deal with your crazy when I envision your best. Can't we get some people working with that? We'll be all right. Everybody got a small start. Ain't nobody calm perfect. Everybody got a deficiency. It just take a crazy person to bring it out of you. And when they bring it out of you, then you looking crazy because they ain't how you been acting. But it's okay. Second point, let us go up and let us go. We be well able. Somebody say well able. We'll be well able. A great letter writing once said, where there's unity, there's always victory. Shout victory. When we can stay together in all kind of weather. Let's stay together. And I said last week, no one person is an island to himself. God ain't made you like that. And another point I made, find your tribe. If this ain't the people you dance with, find those you can. Sometimes people go in the wrong places and get mad with everybody else because they like doing the line dance, but you like dancing by yourself. Well, you need to find you a by yourself dance partner. And quit worrying with them people that like the line dance. See, if you know your tribe, then you don't have to worry about what people do. We pick at people because they don't fit our tribe.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the thing is, they may not be the people that God put you with. You might have wandered in here, and then you never left. Right. So now you frustrated, and they happy. Praise the Lord. Yeah. So find your tribe. And I wrote this in my notes. I said, until you can connect, you don't have the right to be correcting folk. Quit trying to correct people you're not connected to. If you're not connected to a church, why are you trying to correct them in the church? If you work hard and you're faithful at doing things, you might can say things to people. I'm good at what I do.
Yeah.
But that's things I do. But are you good with people? Ain't nobody say amen? Jay a good singer. I like him. I don't care how good he sings, but are you good with people? Your singing is not what God worried about. Because you're going to sing people in here, and if you don't like them, you're going to sing them right. Hello? See, we focus on our gifts and talent, but we don't focus on our personalities. See, we got personalities, we got rotten character. So you can't bring people in your circle and then try to make them like you when you praying to be changed. Get that tomorrow. I don't want to be going through your changes. So let me stay out your smoke until you get real fire on you. Because as long as it's smoke, you ain't burnt yet. So I say you may have knowledge, but if you don't have the connection, you may be seeing, hearing, and judging wrong. So find your tribe. Means to get with people you flow with. Get with people you flow with. Somebody say, I don't mess with people in this church. Why are you here? Why are you in a church you don't mess with people in here? That's racism. Prejudice. Mean, hateful, hate on hating. I don't want to be somewhere I don't flow with people. I went to a conference, all the big boys in there, and they want robes on. I don't wear robes. Man wanted to put me in his organization, but they had too many things I had to go through. I ain't went through all that saying yes to God. Not wearing all that stuff. I'm already sweating in my shirt. Well, Pastor Gus, you got to wear this, wear this, wear this. I said, I'm going to be good in my jeans. No. Well, I'm not saying y'all wrong. I'm saying it don't fit me. That's not my tribe. I go back to my people with that robe on. They're going to throw me out the church. Only robe I want is the robe of righteousness. But I didn't need to be all them bishops and around there, you know, and me picking up their bag. I had a hard time toting my bag. Don't build yourself off somebody else slaving for you. You need all that to be important, and you're not important. Jesus said, if you're going to be great, serve. We feel like if we serve, we big. The lower you go, the better you're going to ever be in life. And the last, I say cross-pollinate. That's a combination of things to create a better solution, essentially mixing, defined as the transfer of pollen from one flower to another of a different plant. All of us flowers, we all going to bloom and come to our fullness one day. But you're not red, he's yellow, why are you fussing? It's just color. But we still flowers. Red rose, yellow rose, pink rose. Why is your red rose better than my pink rose? No. We're flowers. Bees don't care. No. It has the job to pollinate you. Mm-hmm. And it will take your yellow rose and your red rose and your pink rose, and it will mix it to another color for the health of it. Differences are good when they're in the flow. If you plant a tree in your yard called a fruit tree, alone, it may not make it. Okay. God never created you to be alone. The reason you're alone because you got issues with you. Okay. And so when you got issues with you, you stay to yourself so you don't have to explain why you like that. That's good. But if you want to grow, quit hiding. Come on out and let everybody see you. And you just might realize ain't nothing wrong with you. But you've been playing hide and go seek too long. We got too many members play hide and go seek on Sundays. Come find me. Devil is a lie. I'm not looking for you. And I'm not picking my phone up and ask you where you at. Your job don't do that. Don't expect for me to do it. I call for they say if you're sick, call for the elders. But you afflicted, I can't help you. Put it like this, you broke, I can't help you. So if I call you now, I got to spend money on you. Now if you're sick, I'll lay hands on you. But if you're afflicted, I'm going to be out of some money. So I don't want to deal with your affliction. I got my own. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but God. He'll deliver y'all. Stop presupposing about everything. It's amazing sometimes we like people to really come down to people having to do something for us. Now, you feel like you're so special that you need a whole team of people just talk to you. That's what psychiatrists for, not me. That's right. I'm not that. That's right. I'm a student of the word. I didn't go to school to be a psychiatrist. I don't plan to be one. My counseling is not based on some of those rules. I counsel you on biblical counsel. Yeah. If I counsel you, I don't counsel you as male or female. Right. I counsel you as the Bible says. Yeah. I don't know how a woman feel. You don't know how a man feel. Who cares how I am? One of y'all feel. But we need to care about what the Bible says about the situation. Yeah. And that's our problem. We think everybody needs to know. Jesus never been married, but he gave counsel in marriage. Paul never been married, but he the one told you who you need to be like. Well, I need another married couple. They may not be the best people for you. Because they're going to give you the experience that may not work with your marriage. You don't need their experience, you need the word. Y'all going to create your own experiences. See, what works for this couple don't work for that couple. That's right. Jay may be a clown, and he might need his wife to do something to make him laugh. Am I right or wrong, Jay? Alvin might be a person that don't like all that racket. But then when they counsel you, they give you that, then you go home and say, well, baby, you don't laugh enough. Well, I ain't never laughed for you. Stop taking other people's experience into your relationship and say, it's going to be just like James. No, y'all going to be out of there. I told a friend of mine, I want to get married, but I don't want to deal with a bunch of children in my home. Well, I really don't. I mean, I ain't mad with them if they ain't mad with me, but that's the truth, right? I don't need all that. And if I have something at the house on Thanksgiving, after 2 hours, you gone. But once you start getting on your phone and hitting my TV, you done ate, go. I don't need you all day laying on my couch. Go home. See, this your pastor. I worked hard just trying to make y'all, happy with me, but this ain't me. I'm raw. I always been raw. That Linda is. Yolanda, you remember Linda? Ever had any difference since you met me? Raw as I want to be. That's why you came here, because I was raw. You frustrated because I ain't raw. So we got to not focus on the noise. Tell somebody, leave the noise alone. Now, let's go back to that verse because I think it's very interesting to get this thought from it. It's provoked me to really get here and deal with this. And I know Courtney going to tell me it's already 30 minutes gone. For some reason, the clock run when I get up here. Verse 30. And Caleb stilled the people before Moses and said, let us go up at once and possess it, for we are well able to overcome it. Do you see what he said? But the men that went up with him said, we be not able to go up against the people, for they are what? Stronger than we. Now, here's two thoughts. I want you to put this, two thoughts on one journey. Two thoughts on one journey. It was only one journey, but two different thinking on the journey that they took. If we all get in the car and go to Shreveport together, all of us going to see something different. Yeah. Now, you got to understand what they come out of, and we'll get to that in a few minutes, okay? But I want to look at we be not able. Then we'll look at we be able. How that work? I want to start with the negative and we'll move to the positive. Okay. So one group said we be not able to go against this people. They are stronger than us. Now, I want to put this out. I want you to make sure you catch it. Both thoughts was right. Yes. Uh-huh. Yeah. Nobody don't want to clap. Both thoughts was right. They both had their thinking on what they saw. But that's what I want to help you with today. So let's just start with what went on. After they said we be not able against this people, they are stronger than us. Look at verse 32. Based on the statement alone, the Bible said they brought an evil report. Now they had their thinking, but their thinking generated the wrong report. Yeah. Now they saw what they saw, but it created a negative report. The Bible says God called it evil to him. That's some evil we do just because we say things we ain't got no business. Right. Here's the thing with God. He don't deal with right and wrong. You do. You so worried about what's right and wrong, you don't even know what's good and evil no more. Right. If you go all the way back in the Garden of Eden, he didn't say what was right and wrong. No. He said what was good and evil. You can be right and be evil. When you deal with God, he looks for the evil in what we do. Because something that you do today will last for generations to go. Evil has a way of going to the fourth generation. If you read this real good, what they did went to the fourth generation. That means you spoke it out of your mouth, your children got to deal with it, their children got to deal with it, and their children got to deal with it, but you said it to me. All right, come on. It didn't look like what you said meant any harm to me. But God had a problem with what we say. Be careful what you say about people. Because it may not hit you. But when it hit your grandchildren, you can't stop it because you put it into play. Many trees was planted years ago. And somebody sitting on it today that couldn't sit on it before because it didn't grow quick enough. All right. So watch your words today where it won't affect your generation tomorrow. Yeah. But what did happen to my child? When you were gossiping about your leader, you forgot about God was listening. Okay. I ain't got no help. Okay, come on. Roy, you over there? You need to make a few dollars? Well, I need you to clap for me because everybody ain't going to clap for me. I need somebody to clap because I need to hear something over here. Yes, sir. But all this silence in church means you loud at home, and now your children being affected by your conversation about your leader. Come on. So they don't want to come to church because you gossip. Go ahead. They don't like church because what you saying at home. And you want to blame it on the internet? No, you the internet. You the net that messing them up. You the net that trapping them. Go ahead. Because they heard you discussing something you shouldn't have never discussed. But all in good faith, we keep it in this house. But God ain't going to let it stay in your house. No. It's going to go to your children and grandchildren home. That's right. To the fourth generation. So I said fourth generation. That's a lot of generations, man. You can't stop a domino effect, babe. It may look harmless today, but the devastation is causing in your family lines. I am a product of what my daddy done. I was studying some stuff about my dad's life, and one of the things my daddy never could do after he first got his divorce, he could never recommit to nobody. I'd get to the door and lock it. I believe the word. I believe everything the word say. You can, that preacher say you can't be remarried once you're married because your wife's still living, you can't remarry and all that. Because they're taking the Bible out of context of what it was really saying. He said if you put your wife away, you send her away, and she be married to another, she commit what? So she commit adultery. So now this man wife done left him because this man preacher, well, you shouldn't have remarried because your wife's still living. That's her fault. No, it's the teacher fault. Because he need to stop teaching what he don't know. What he missed in the text was this. That if you send away without giving her, be a divorcement. That's what I'm talking about. And if she marry another, she's still married to the one she was married to. And the reason in the biblical times they didn't want to divorce them because they had to give the money back. See, during marriage, biblical time, nobody just got married without putting up a dowry. So the man said, look here, I'm going to send you away, but I ain't giving you no paperwork. Because if I give you paperwork, I give you money back. So they would send him away without the paper. Go ahead. So if I meet her and marry her, she's still with you. Now you caused her to commit adultery because she's still with the other man. But if she got her paper, signed, sealed, and delivered, baby, you can marry her all over again and again and again. But that's because people don't read the customs of the times. Just read the Bible, ain't got no sense about what you read. The Bible says study to show yourself approved. So you won't be shamed when somebody talks. Not a man that got a knife at his throat because he done got the man's wife to leave him. Then he going to put it on the Bible. Instead of his own ignorance of the word. I know I'm going to get some feedback on this on the internet, but I guess I'm on there to make sure. So when they brought up at east my evil report of the land, which they searched unto the children of Israel, saying, the land through which we have gone to search, it is a land that eateth up the inhabitants thereof. Okay? That's their testimony of what they saw. So when we see things for what they really are on the surface, it doesn't mean you didn't see right. Okay. Did you hear what I said? Yeah. Pick up the tape. But when we take it through our thought process and make a judgment about it without first consulting God's position on it, our perspective could be, watch this, could be coming from our own biases. Yeah, that's right. In other words, when you say something about something, don't mean you didn't say it. Come on. But my question is, before you open your mouth, is it coming out of your bias? How you think things ought to be? Mm-hmm. First ladies, you look at them, you think they ought to be a certain way. Yeah. That means you got a bias about first lady, ain't never been one. See, the church have put a stigma on people. Well, she first lady, she ought to be doing this for you to just walk over and disrespect her. No, she was 100 before she met you. There you go. There you go. See, we make stigmas for people. Yeah. Now they can't be themselves because you bought into the stigma rather than the word on the situation. That's good. That's good. So our perspective could be coming from our own bias. And what seemed to be right, watch what I said. What seemed to be right may be offensive to God. Just because you think what they did is wrong, don't mean it's wrong with God. That's right. Before you open your mouth about anything you see, make sure you talk to God first. Do it really matter what I see versus what God said? So we see when you say you ain't able, you see what it generates? It generates all kind of negative thinking. Yeah. Now you start looking at people crazy. Mm-hmm. Because first of all, you don't believe you can do nothing anyway. That's right. Who want to listen to you? Why would I listen to somebody that don't believe they can do nothing? That's right. But a lot of that is because you justify why you won't do nothing. All right. Many of us look for excuses so we can say, well, that's why I don't get involved. These people fake. No, you fake, because if you're going to church and ain't doing nothing, you got to be fake. That's right. Just not able. Because you act like you ain't able. But you work 40 hours a week, you're able to go there. But you can't come here and do nothing. Come on. I'm just tired. You don't tell them boss people you tired. How you be so fake when you at church? But at job, you want to be real. Because you get that money. So number one, be careful how you look at something because it might be offensive to God. Don't make a statement about anything until you consult God about it. If you see somebody do something, whether you like it or not, what did God say about what you saw? Yeah. Get your eyes. Already got your ear. Who is this? Who told you I was Pastor Gus? Hush. Still want you to be quiet. You should listen good before you answer. Who told you I was Pastor Gus? Sound of your voice. Say again? Sound of your voice. Sound of my voice. First of all, if you're getting it from me and me alone, it ain't going to last. What qualifies you to continue to respect my position is what you heard from God. Because if I'm your pastor and you believe God called me to pastor you, why are you looking at Gus? Why do you see Gus now? Because today you see Gus and say anything wrong about pastor because of Gus, you offended God. Because God saw Gus and called him to be a pastor. So whatever you don't like now, did he really send you up in here? You can't walk up in somewhere and decide you just going to be there, but you don't know he's your pastor. That's what I'm talking about. That's crazy. Because when you see something in him you don't like, you're going to judge it. And God said, hold up now. You done made me mad with you. Now I'm coming at your family. Because you coming at my boy. All right. Look at the point now. The first point is they did a what? Evil report. Start saying stuff they ain't had no business. That's right. Now, second point, and all the people that we saw in it are men of what? Great stature. Now, where I reading that at? Verse what? Read verse 13 again. 33, 32, whatever it is. And they go to that part, and all the people, you'll get it tomorrow, and all the people we saw in it are men of great stature. And all the people should talk to me up here that we saw was of great stature. Hold up. You know what happened to people? We let one obstacle in life become the description for the everything. Everybody wasn't giants. Everybody wasn't giants in this land. How is it that they saw a few giants.
Yeah.
But now everybody's a giant. You know why everybody became a giant? Because you took a little giant and made everybody else big giants.
That's right.
You take a little situation in somebody's life and overlook everything else and make it the focal point of your life.
Go ahead.
So they come back and say all of the people are giants. That ain't what the Bible said. All of one giants. You see how we create all these false things about people? Over something we didn't like. But if you remember what God said about them, you know would have created that.
There you go.
Stop creating in your mind what you don't like and making everything else wrong.
Yeah.
Out of everything Brother Alvin could preach on, he might say one thing I might have not liked.
Okay.
But what about all the other stuff he said we did like?
Okay.
How your whole message, Alvin, ain't no good? Y'all don't get nothing I'm saying. If God say he's going to bless you and you have one obstacle from your blessing, why are you going to say, well, I guess ain't nothing going to work out now?
Come on.
You just a stage one. There's many things behind it, but you can't see it because you done pumped it up. I'm about to blow up in here.
Go ahead.
They overstated the situation on the premise of a few bad things. I can't keep looking at your bad stuff and keep a positive thinking about you. I have to keep looking at what God said about you. So I would never get bad thinking about you.
That's right.
Dirt always find dirt.
Okay.
You know one thing I don't look for in people? Dirt. Because I'm scared God may turn the vacuum on anytime. I don't look for dirt because I don't know when he's going to turn the vacuum on. Because if he suck him up, he's sucking me too. All of us got something in our lives. But that's something beautiful we need to focus on. What did God say about that person? That's the only thing can cancel out all the negative stuff that you keep looking at. And the reason you keep looking at the negative stuff because you can't control the positive. Point thing. And there we saw the giants. There you go again. You see how big we make things? The son of Anak, which come of the giants, and we were in our own sight. Oh, yeah, bye. I said our own sights. As grasshoppers. And so we were in their sight. How you know how they looked at you? Oh, Lord have mercy. They keep looking at me. They keep thinking I'm dead. That's your mind.
That's your mind.
You know what's wrong with us? We keep going in other people's minds about what they're thinking, and that's your thinking about their minds.
Go ahead.
They ain't said nothing about you, but you've been talking about them. That's why you can't stand them looking at you.
Go ahead.
Because you feel like you look naked now, they're catching up with you. And I'm not talking about people, the situation. When God tell you something, stay with what he said. Stop over-exaggerating the situation. We got to give testimony and make them so big, and they ain't that big.
That's right.
Oh, Pastor, you know what I'm going to. I got a bad week. What happened? I just couldn't pay my light bill. Oh, you got a bad week because you couldn't pay a light bill? Ain't you breathing? Ain't you living? You can't see nothing God did for you behind one light bill. Y'all get it tomorrow. We overstate. Moody Bible commentary says this. They saw themselves as a prey, not as a victim.
Come on.
See, we act like we prayed for people.
Yeah.
Well, they just attacking me. Nobody ain't attacking you. You attacking yourself. Because you got something in you that you can't get rid of and called egotistical pride.
That's right.
Like you don't supposed to be attacked. Who told you you weren't supposed to be attacked?
No.
Who told you the enemy is just going to just let you have something? I hate to say it. I like messing with Jay, but he got a pretty young lady right there, right?
Sure do.
Yes, sir.
Well, he going to whoop everybody because they look at her?
Oh, no.
She's a beautiful lady. So he always going to have to remember people going to look. He can't say what you're looking at. Well, why you looked at her? If ain't nobody looking at her but you ought to run. I used to dress mine and walk right behind them. And they'd be looking at her, Jay. I said, boy, that cost me some money there, boy. I said, ain't she fine? Yeah, boy, she look good. One dude didn't know I was married to my wife. He was just talking about, ooh, Lord, look at her. Boy, she fine, she pretty. Oh, look at that long black hair. I said, boy, ain't she pretty and got that long black hair? I said, ooh, Lord, woo, woo, ba, 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 woo. And then after a while, he said, you know? I said, yeah, I've been married to her for 35 years. Man, that's your wife, man. I said, man, I spent too much money for you not to see her. Man, don't you ever get sick on your beautiful wife, man. You spend the money. She look nice. I'm a handsome dude. Now y'all finna get hate. Don't hate on me. Don't hate on the player. Don't hate on the player now. I'm a handsome dude. In my eyes, I don't see me being nothing no more. I got nice clothes on. They matching pretty good. I try to throw my little swag on. Man, I got swag, man. But I'm no threat to your marriage. I'm a threat to single women. Your marriage will always be protected around me because I want you to be the best. So if you see me in your circle, I'm on there to make y'all better. But a little competition, what it does, it makes you appreciate what you got. I don't know what's wrong with us. We want the best looking stuff, but try to cover it up with a big old sack. You're not going to cover me up. You can cover me in prayer. But I'm not going to let your insecurity keep me from going to the store either. Well, hold up, let me go with you. You ain't got to go everywhere I go.
Take the Lord with you, not them.
I was going somewhere before I met you. Now you got to protect me and even know me. Well, you know everybody looking at you. Well, you looked at me too. That man said, sir, I'm so sorry. I said, I'd have been sorry if you hadn't saw it. No. I'd have been so sorry I would have bought another dress. I work hard to make sure everything in my home look nice. Yeah. I'm not envy of people. I learn from people. That's right. Matthew's Henry commentator on the whole Bible said this: unbelief overlooks the promises and power of God. It magnifies every danger and difficulty and fills the heart with discouragement. Mm-hmm. Can I say that one more time? Yeah. Unbelief overlooks the promises and power of God. Yeah. It magnifies every danger and difficulty and fills the heart with discouragement. Mm-hmm. Most of us are discouraged because we live in unbelief. Because we overlook God's promises and his power to do what he say he gonna do. So don't ever get caught up in all of this crazy trying to manage everybody else when you need to be managing you. If you can't manage you, how you gonna manage me? And some of people manage people is unhealthy because it's coming from a sick place in you. Because you're afraid of my freedom. So if you're afraid of my freedom, you can find all you can to keep me liberated. That's the difference between freedom and liberation. Liberation means you only have a where I want you to go. Freedom means you go where you want to go. So a lot of times we don't have what we call emotional thing. I learned a new word this week that blessed me. The word dating. You know what the word it comes from? The word dating. How many of y'all ever dated before? Yes. Raise your hand. None of y'all dated. Y'all played. Just tell the truth. Just played. You ain't dated. But the word dating comes, Brother Ken, why would the word dating come from? It comes from the word data. Data. Dating means that you're collecting data.
Come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on.
See, dating is about collecting data.
Come on, man, you smart.
So when I get ready to get married, I got enough data. But the problem is we ain't collecting data.
Uh-oh.
Even if that's your data, make sure you understand it could go down sometime. But what are they going to do when they lose weight? See, whatever you're attracted to, it can't be the body parts.
That's right.
It's got to be the brains. Because things can go south, north, east, and west sometimes. Now, I know old as I am, you don't know what kind of night you're going to have. So, baby, just take good, bad with the ugly.
Now.
Matthew, he went on to say this. They distrusted God's power and promises. They stood in their own light by their own unbelief and discouraged the people from going forward to Canaan.
Uh-oh.
You notice that?
Yeah.
When they got in their own stuff, we were in our own sight as other people. So they were selling this to the other people. Now, watch this, brother Al. The other people didn't go.
They didn't go.
So the only thing they knew about the land is what the report was.
Yeah.
See, that's some places God ain't took people. If he took you in there, why you coming out like you don't know what to do? See, if I can't make you believe that God can do better than what it is, then I'm not going to be a good leader for you. A good leader going to always build you up. It's always going to tell you it's going to be better.
Yeah.
Great leaders know one thing. We're not going to get stuck in this mud pit. Now, we might be for a little while to learn a lesson, but God got a bigger plan for us. I know my thoughts towards you. I know my plans for you. They're not to hurt you, to harm you, but to give you an expected end. Look at somebody and say, it's going to be great up in here. So we talked about those that was what neighbor. Now, second thought, Caleb stilled the people before Moses and said, let us go up at once and possess it, for we are well able to overcome it. Now, watch what Matthew's Henry commentary say. However, encouraged them, he and Caleb encouraged them to go forward. Okay? And he said, though second by Joshua only. He does not say, watch this, let us go up and conquer it.
Come on.
He didn't say let us go conquer the land. That means you got to go fight, Adam.
That's right.
God ain't asked you to go fight. We too busy fighting with people. He didn't tell him to go fight for the land. Go possess the land. But let us go up and possess it. Difficulties that are in the way of our promises dwindle and vanish before a lively, active faith in the power and promises of God. If I stay with the promise and my faith is stay active and alive, everything that seemed like a difficulty, it vanished. Why? Because my faith is in charge. My faith is connected to something greater than what I'm looking at.
Right.
Don't let your faith be just connected to the moment you're in.
Right.
Let your faith be connected to your future, and it'll take you through the moment that you're in. Many of us are stuck in moments because we don't have a faith that go past the moment that we're stuck in. You need a faith that guarantees you that I already have it. Don't matter what I got to go through. Because where I'm at right now, I may not see the end, but I know the end. If I can't see it with my eye, I can see it on the inside. For the job that was set before me, I was able to endure some stuff. See, there's some things going to get in your way. Not to stop you, but to bless you, to build you, to prepare you, to set you in a position that God is getting ready to release some stuff in your life. But if you're tripping over little stuff, if you can't run with the footmen, what you gonna do when the horsemen come? Everybody invite themselves into an area of somebody else's space. When you get up in there, you start picking. What is this? Stay out till you figure it out. I don't understand people. You get in, you're so over concerned till you ain't got no concern. Difficult don't predetermine our outcome.
That's right.
No, you ain't heard what I say.
Come on.
Somebody repeat what I said. That's what happened to all of us. Run into difficulties. They start predetermined outcome. Oh, Lord, I guess it's going to go bad. Who told you? All you got is a bush in front of you. Do you know it's more on the other side of what you're looking at? Do you know what you're looking at? Ain't got nothing to do with behind it. Satan just stand in front of it. So you can't shout about what's behind it. But when you can't see it, you can't trace it, believe it. See, Satan wants you to get your eye on everything he showed you. God wants you to get your spirit on what he shows you. If God didn't show you that, don't accept that. God didn't say that, don't accept that. See, we might go through some stuff, but we get to the other side. I bet you're going to have a different shout. See, what you cry about today, you're going to shout about tomorrow. Weeping may endure for a night. But joy comes in the morning. Hey, how can joy come in the morning about what I'm weeping about tonight? So apparently, what I'm weeping about tonight, it must be something difficult. But where do the joy come from? Because there's something behind the difficult. There's something behind that when the devil falls, one thing at me, God will lift up a standard. Come on. Do you know today that what you shout about today is bigger tomorrow? Come on. God is only using little things to prepare you for greater heights in himself. Listen. Quit asking for blessing when you just want to give $1. Quit asking God to bless you when you're just being stingy. How you going to get blessed and you're stingy? Sometimes you got to put God on the test. God, I'm finna lay it out. What Al Green said? Put it on paper, God. If you put it on paper and get a ring on that thing, put a ring on my finger. That means if you put a ring on that, you got a right to talk for it. Some people put rings on your finger, and it's a prison. Not a promise. They're finna lock you down for the rest of your life. So just take it off and get back to them. Till this sucker broke. I didn't sign in on this. I'm doing all this preaching on marriage because I'm going to get married and I want to make sure whoever I'm married know what I'm talking about. Now, Jay, this ain't got nothing to do with y'all. I know y'all may be getting married soon when down the road, but me, I'm taking care of me this morning. Sometimes I be preaching to me and everybody be saying, he's talking to me. Sure, I'm talking to you. You listening, ain't you? You're the worst person in church, the one that can't hear. Okay. When you can't hear, man, you can't talk. And most of y'all can't talk because you ain't listening. Because if you say something, you ain't say nothing I say because you ain't hear nothing I say. Oh, man, I know I'm good. See, but rather our faith in his promises speak to the possibilities we can possess. Now, watch this. Now, I'm going to close because Courtney's going to tell me. Look at 13. Because I wanted to know why he would say we be well able. I knew why they say they couldn't do it. Yeah. I want to know why Caleb said we could do it. We could. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Both points were right. But you got to decide whether or not God said what you finna say. Our problem is we keep talking about things God ain't saying. Yeah. I want y'all to say this 7 times. They say this is how you want to get something in you? You got to say it 7 times to get it in you. That's how you change anything in you. Say it 7 times. Say it 7 times. Say it 7 times. I got to get this in there. 7 times. I got to get this in there. Gus Johnson is my pastor. 7 times. Now, if it don't work for you, I ain't your pastor. Because number 8 is a new beginning, right? So that if you said the 8th time, it's a new beginning, so you ain't got no excuses. I'm your pastor now. I done knock you in for the rest of your life. Boy, I played it, didn't I? I love y'all so much, and I thank God. Y'all make it easy to preach to y'all. Because you know why I'm so easy to preach to y'all? Y'all my members. I ain't nobody throwing nothing back at me. These preachers can tell you. You ever been a preacher and they throw it back at you?
Yeah.
You ever been a preacher and they throw it back at you? They don't want to hear what you got to say. The Bible said they closed their ears when Peter was preaching. They want to hear it. Because if you don't want to deal with you don't want to hear the truth. Don't hear a message for somebody else. Listen for it for you. Quit saying, I wish my husband would hear. Ain't you here? Get the word and go home and put it on him. But brother, I don't care what you say. I know what the Lord said about you. I'm going to say it over your life till you just don't say, don't do nothing there. Numbers 13. Look at verse 1. And the Lord spoke. And who spoke? The Lord spoke. Unto who? Moses. Not you. Your leader.
That's right.
Saying, send out men that they may what? Search what? The land of what? Canaan.
That's right.
That's the land he sent them to, right?
That's right.
He sent them to Canaan. Now look what the next few words say. Hold up. Why you got to go conquer land already yours? Why you got to go talk somebody out of what's yours? They knew before they left. It was that land. Whatever was in there was irrelevant to them. Because God already told them it was their land. So if I tell you it's a land, you ain't got to fight. I'll fight for you. See, when you fight, I don't fight. God will never fight if you fighting people.
That's right.
When you stop fighting and start praising, then God will deal with your enemy. When your enemy rise up against you, you stop fighting with your enemy. You got too many to fight them. But you got enough praise to deal with every one of them. You give God the highest praise. When they come out against you, lift your hands up and give God a praise. When they say evil, lift your hands and give God a praise. When they put you down, pick them back up, because God will fight your battles. He'll fight them for you. But when your attitude gets sour, God gonna fight you. They don't know me. God said, no, they don't know me, but you know me. So I ain't finna mess with them, I'll mess with you. Because they don't know me. I can understand what they doing. But don't you know me? Didn't I tell you don't deal with evil? So why you acting like them? But you want me to deal with them, but I got to deal with you first. Because judgment started at the house first. It ain't going to start with them people out there. It's going to start with this house up in here. Whatever the LGBTQ community is doing ain't got nothing to do with you. It's what you doing as a believer to help that community.
Go ahead.
Did you love them? Or you talked about them? How did you treat them? They ain't coming in my house. Wait a while. How you going to define somebody by something they chose? They still God's people. Let me put it like this. Close your eyes. Any man be without sin, raise his hand. Well, how come? Hold up. Ain't nobody ain't went up. Because nobody know they can't put them up. See, righteousness is a position in Christ.
That's right.
Stop trying to do right to be right with God. You right with God not because you done right. You right with God because positionally he made you righteous. You can't make yourself right. Now, once you get right, you try to do right things. But if you come up short, that ain't going to change your righteousness with God. Because if he thought your righteousness could fix it, why would he get on the cross? Send out men that they may search the land, the Canaan which I give unto the children. Now he gave it to them, every tribe of their fathers shall you send, a man of every one, a rule among them. Look at verse 17. And Moses sent them to spy out the land of Canaan and said to them, get you up this way southward and go into the mountain and see the land. See what he tell them? See the land and what it is. Somebody say what it is. And the people that dwell therein. Now, whether the people be strong or weak, few or many, what the land is that they dwell in, whether it be good or bad, right? You see all these prerequisites that he gives them? Tells them what to go check on, and what cities that they be that dwell in, and whether it's tents or stronghold, and what land is, whether it be fat or lean, whether it be wood therein or not, and be of good courage, and bring of the fruit of the land, Now the time was up. Now, one of the things you saw, they brought the fruit. It's evident that the first fruit was already there.
Yeah, yeah.
But where they failed at when they came back with an evil report. Yeah. The evil report was they are stronger than us. Mm-hmm. They eat up the land, they eat up the inhabitants of the land. But what did he tell them in that broad verse? Be of good courage. Look it up. It means that be stronger than whatever you see. Yeah. The reason why Caleb had his testimony, because he remembered what God had said. He said, regardless of what you see, you need to be stronger than what you see. Don't let what you see dictate to you. But remember what I said to you, that this is your land. And be strong in your land. Be strong and have good courage. When you got courage, you got to look at your enemy in the face and say, baby, you on my property. You got to get up out of here. You are trespassing. This is for me and my house and my generation. I'm not going to ask you to leave. See, before they went, he told them, don't go in there and let your eyes dictate what you decide. Let your ears determine what you believe. I didn't tell you to go in that land and judge it. I told you to look to see what it is. But I said, when you get there, keep your courage. Yeah. Now, to keep your courage means he knew what was already there. Now, I'm closing with this. God know where he's sending you. He know what's there. Now you want to know whether or not you believe him. Come on. I say you want to know if you believe him. Because ain't nothing you get in life going to come easy. It always going to be some squatter sitting somewhere they ain't got no business. It always going to be somebody looking at what you're looking at. But if it's yours, just stand there. If they give them one rose, you give them a dozen roses. Y'all don't hear nothing I got to say up in here. Sometimes you just got to go say, baby, I don't know what you're putting out, but I know what I got to lay down on this table. If he take her out to Burger King, you take her to the biggest steak restaurant in town. Just let him know. Not today, boy. That's mine. You ain't worthy of that. That's been promised to me. That's right. That's right. And I ain't got to fight with you. Because if it's mine, God's going to fight for me. But God cannot fight where there's no courage. That's true. And I encourage you today. Change your testimony about what's going on in your world right now. And stop saying we be not able. And remember what God told you before you even got in this fight, that what he was going to do for you. So call for what he said, speak what he said, praise on what he said, and watch God manifest his word right before your enemies. God will prepare a table before you in the presence of your enemy. Come on, give God a praise for this powerful word today. I just believe, God, that this is the day that the Lord has made. And we will rejoice and be glad. Now shall we be well able? Now next week.